Hey guys, it's Simblr and welcome back to part 5 of my Build Newcrest series. Today I'm building a duplex, which is in the same neighborhood as the other builds I did for this series, minus the store, obviously. But yeah, I really like the way this one turned out. It's really gross looking, as usual, and in the left side, I believe, is meant to be like a single mom or dad and a toddler, and then in the other house is either a single parent or couple with two children, well, a toddler and a child. So I did decorate according to that idea, and I really love the way it turned out. And I tried some different things, which I will get to whenever we get to those areas. But this build is on my gallery, in my gallery. It's called Dingy Duplex. Well, Dingy spelled weird to me for whatever reason, but I did double check with Google and it told me I spelled it right. But it looks like Dingy Duplex, but it's dingy. And it is on a 30 by 20 lot and it is right next to the trailer park in my little town layout here. And I gave it 2 lot traits this time instead of 3, so it has the gremlins and filthy lot trait, but you're welcome to change those if you prefer an easier house living situation thing, yeah. And the price did come to 101,450 simoleons, so it is a little bit on the pricier side. So that kind of sucks, but it had to happen, right? Of course. But I mean, I guess for that price, I would just prefer to live in a nicer house. But it's whatever. If you want to maybe do a story or something in this house, it works, right? Of course it does. But I do separate the backyard into 2 separate little outdoor areas. And here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with the exterior because I didn't like most of the stuff I tried. And this changes completely pretty much. And I'm okay with the way it turned out. I do go back at the end of the video and add some ivy and stuff because I felt like the exterior was just really plain. But I did try to, fix it. So hopefully you guys like the way it turned out. I'm sort of happy with the exterior now that I changed everything and added the ivy, but I'm still not 100% excited about it. And I wanted, like how I did my other duplex that I did in the, what's like a townhouse duplex thing, that I did a house tour of, which I will link in the description in case you haven't seen it, and it's a lot nicer than this, so don't worry about that. But I like where one side is one color and the other side is another color, and then they both have like well, for this instance, they both have this brick texture that it makes them more uniform, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I also had a lot of trouble trying to figure out what windows I wanted to use because some of the windows just look too nice. I think these are the windows I end up using anyway, but I'm not happy with them, really. But, you only have so many windows, right? But, overall, I'm okay with the way this build turned out. Not going to say I'm 100% happy. I do like the other builds in this series better than this one, but it's not the worst thing I've ever built, so that's good, right? And then I believe here, yeah, I'm just trying to find a fence to separate the backyards. I was going to use that weird fence that came with Get to Work, I believe, but I did not like it. And I did give each of the backyard areas a little patio area, and then I believe on the right side, which is what I'm doing now, is like a little gardening area. And I did not take the time to add plants or anything, so your Sims will have to do that if you move them into this house. So, I mean, it kind of sucks, but, had to work with what I had. And I didn't have the time to add some plants, gardening stuff. Yeah. I wish it was like The Sims 3 where you could just add them from the debug menu, but I couldn't really find how to do that or if you can do that. So, if you guys know if I can do that, let me know because it would come in handy very much. And I did try some different plants in this build than the other ones because I felt like, you know, I was just using the same plants over and over again. It'd probably get a little bit repetitive, so I did try to use some different plants while still using some similar or the same plants that I did use in other builds to make it more like these houses could be part of the same neighborhood, the same town and everything, so that they all, you know, have something in common so that they don't just stand out. Because that's my one main problem with building in The Sims 4 is that it's already got these the background builds and stuff around the areas, so I feel like I have to build something that matches the style and stuff of those, which, I mean, I know it doesn't, but I don't know, I guess it's like, I don't know, it's a thing with me. I feel like it just doesn't look right. Like, in this neighborhood, for instance, at one point I wanted to do, like, modern builds in this neighborhood because, you know, there wasn't really any modern neighborhoods, and I just felt like you can't do that because there's like Victorian style colonial houses or something around this neighborhood, and it just to me it just doesn't fit in. And here I was attempting to build a little sand castle out of clay, which will be destroyed as soon as you move Sims in because they'll just go over there and pick up the clay and start sculpting it. But you know, it works for a speed build, right? And then yeah, that's a little area where you can like put trees and stuff, which, you know, I would have added, but I'm lazy, so I did not. And so I just put little toys spread out throughout the yards because, you know, you have kids, they're gonna have toys all over the yard. I know my nieces throw toys everywhere, so I also tried to put toys all over the house and stuff, like to make it look like kids actually live here. And so that's what I was going for with that. And then I think yeah, over here I just put a little picnic table, and then on the other one I put like a little grill area or something. I might have put, yeah, I put a grill in both of them, so you know, that's great. But since this house is just a single parent with one kid, I didn't really need to add too much seating and stuff, so I just added the one table and a couple of chairs, which I don't think they'll actually use the table because I made the chairs like, you know, lopsided and weird, so sorry about that, but you know, for aesthetic purposes it works, right? And this, I really like how the front of the house turned out here, so I got all these boxes and stuff from Get to Work. I upsized them and moved them around so it looks like they have packages and mail and stuff just sitting out in the front yard because they don't really check the mail very often, which, I mean, I guess you probably wouldn't do that, but I thought it looked pretty cool, so that's what I did. And then this was me trying to figure out how I could fix the exterior because it did not look finished. So I added those little drain pipes, and then I tried to add some stuff under the windows and stuff, but nothing looked right to me. But I do go back at the end of the video, as I said, and I add some ivy and stuff. So it does look a little bit better towards the end, but for now, eh. And then I did just use the wallpapers and stuff that came with City Living. So if you don't have City Living, then you could probably just use a normal wallpaper, and like the weird swirly looking carpet would probably work in place of this gross looking dirty carpet. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. And because I did use a lot of stuff from City Living because, you know, it's dingy looking, it's gross looking, it fits, right? So that's what I did. And I think yeah, for the kitchens I kind of took a little bit of inspiration from some places I've been to in my life. And like the sink is separate from the little kitchen area in one of them, and like in each kitchen the sink is like a little separate thing, it's not in a counter. So, and yeah, I'm just adding some toys everywhere, you know, sporadically, because, you know, children, they do that. Little monsters do that. At least in my experience, they are little monsters. But yeah, and there's really not any gross looking curtains except for the ones that came with spooky stuff, I guess, but I really don't like the colors that come with that, so I try not to use the spooky stuff very often unless it's in a Halloween type build, which, you know, kind of sucks. I wish they would have given a more um, color swatches that aren't exactly Halloween. I mean, they've got a white, they've got a black, and I guess you could use those, but it just doesn't look right because the shades of them don't really fit in with most houses. And again, I'm trying to figure out what I could do with the walls because they do not have pictures or picture frames that you can use for gross looking houses besides posters, and it really irks me. So I just place posters. And while I was decorating this, I felt like, as a single parent, I feel like she would be trying to make things look nice for her and her child. So I did put some plants and stuff in places. And yeah, I did throw food around everywhere because that's what kids do, in my experience anyway. I don't have children of my own, but I've got 4 nieces, one on the way, and they are messy. They are completely messy, and it drives me crazy. But they're kids, and it's what they do. So you gotta live with it, right? Of course you do. And then I also added a little rubber ducky on the side of the bathtub and something else, some blocks, because a toddler, they like to have toys in the bathtub, right? Of course they do. I also wanted to place some stuff on the stairs because I felt like, you have small children, they're going to leave toys on the stairs. Like, it happens in movies and stuff. You have a lot of kids, or, sometimes it's just one kid. I don't know. But in movies and stuff, they have, like, toys and stuff on the stairs, and then the parent usually trips over them and falls down and breaks their neck or something. But, it's what happens. And I also put some little toys in places, like, right here on the stair railing. Like, the mom was going through, or dad, whoever, was going through picking up toys, cleaning the house and everything, and then she just placed the laundry basket on top of the hamper there and picked up some toys and just set them on the railing because, maybe she got a phone call or something, or she had to be somewhere else, or, something like that. She's a very busy woman. Or he, man, whatever. Yeah, and I just made it like, the people who live here are very artistic Sims. Like, in the master bedroom, I do add a little art area and stuff. So I felt like she would let her kid, decorate their room by drawing on the walls with some chalk or something. Something easily washable. Obviously, I'm not going to give a kid a permanent marker because that's just crazy talk. But yeah, and then I saw a video. I don't remember who it was. I wish I did, but they had like a little, what is it called? Like a little couch bed, And so I decided to do that. Like, she just, picked this stuff up at a yard sale or something, and it does actually work. I did test it, so it definitely works. So that made me very happy. And, I just made it purple because, well, in my head, it's a single mom that lives here with her toddler. But, I mean, you can always change. I'm sorry, I say so much. But, you can change the color of the couch or whatever to whatever you'd like to make it fit, a single father, or, just be more masculine or something. So, yeah, now we are moving on to the other side of the duplex. And I did try to add more seating and stuff in this one because, it is, there you go with again. I should probably count how many times I say and stop trying to say Well, not, try to stop, not stop trying to say. But yeah, I also put a potty behind the chair because why not? It's a couch, not a chair. But, yeah, I tried to add some more seating in this one because it's the larger family. It's meant to be a family of 4, so that's what I tried to do. And then here I go with the posters again because there's really nothing else that fits, which it really irks me. And I tried to get mismatched furniture and stuff, like they just picked this stuff up at a flea market or a yard sale, something in that general idea, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I also put these lights, these wall lights, I put them throughout the house. Like, I put them all at different levels, and like they're all off-centered and everything, because in a duplex like this, I feel like the, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I've been talking for a while. I'm not used to this. But, I felt like the landlord or whoever probably wouldn't really care too much, or, because this is a really gross looking place. And so I figure he'd probably just get, like, a really cheap electrical person or something to just, you know, install lights wherever. So none of them line up. They're kind of off center on the walls where they're supposed to be. So yeah, and I really like this idea where you just put little toys on the windowsill, because I thought that'd be really cute, where, you know, the kid can just grab them whenever they're eating dinner or something, or afterwards while the family's still in here eating dinner, and just sit on this little bench here in the window, this little window seat, and play with their toys while they wait for mom and dad or whoever to get done eating so that they could put them to bed or whatever. And yeah, I really like the little mirror thing there. So I just made it like really colorful, like they were trying to make the house look nice, but they're not really great at the interior decorating. So at least that was my idea I had for this one. Like, most of the interior decor is a little bit questionable, I'm not gonna lie, because in my head I felt like these people probably didn't know much about interior design or interior decorating, and they were just making do with what they had, which came mostly from yard sales and stuff. So that was great. I was gonna add another dollhouse here, but I figured they probably didn't need 2 dollhouses, so I just added a bunch of toys everywhere. You know, probably not a great idea to add a balcony outside a kid's room, especially with a toddler, but that's what I did. And I did question it at the time, but I was already too far into the build and I didn't want to change the layout. So that's all me. You're more than welcome to. And I just put posters all around the room because why not? So that's what I'm doing here. And now we're moving on to the master bedroom of this one. And yeah, I did put a bunch of mismatched furniture and everything, and I put a bunch of laundry everywhere because it's, you know, why not? And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. The screenshots are coming up, so stick around to see those. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see me build for this series next. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay.